let's start solving today's Leetcode daily challenge question. Before that, as today is the Sunday, you can check out my channel for the Leetcode contest, weekly contest solution. Okay, so I have uploaded two videos on that. You can check that. So let's solve this question. Check if a parenthesis string can be a valid. If okay, a parenthesis string is a non-empty string consisting of only of this open and close bracket. It is valid if any of the following condition is true. So these are the condition. It will okay. So we have to check valid string. If it is this like this, that means open and closed, and it can be written as ab concatenated with b, whereas a and b are valid parentheses. So let's say if we have a valid parenthesis like this, and here they are saying a and b, right? So that means if my a is like this and also b is like this, so my parenthesis will be like this. So this is a valid. Again, it can be written as a is a valid parent, so as same like this. Okay, now, so if any of this condition is true, then we can say this is a valid, okay, valid parenthesis string. Now you are given in parenthesis string s and string locked, both of length n. Locked in is a binary string consisting only of zeros and ones for each index I of locked type. Okay. So if locked of I is 1, you cannot change s of I. Okay. But if locked of I is 0, you can change s of I to either this open or closed. And return to if you can make s a valid parenthesis string, otherwise return false. So basically in the question, what we have to do is we have to make some changes to given string to make this as a valid parenthesis. And changes means you can just change that character to either open or closed bracket, and which for which index you can change only thus who has its logged value as 0, then only you can change this. Now this is open, you can change this to close. If it is 1, so here you can see on the for the second index we cannot change it because the locked it is locked. Here in this you can check. So here they changed this thing, this 2, to make this as a valid string. Okay. If you see this example, okay, so this is not a valid because you can see there is open and closed, and here we don't have any open and we have only closed. So you can check one more question of valid parenthesis. Here it is a it's a updated version of that, you can see, but that is a standard problem which is used by I mean, we can solve it by using stack. Okay. So here also today we are going to use stack. Okay, to solve this question. Now here, what they did is as this is locked, which are locked this and this. Okay. In here, what they did, we cannot change 1 and 3 as I said, this is locked. So we changed s of 0 and 4. So 0 if we change to this and 4 to this. So wait, what was it? We had 3, right? Yeah, this came by mistake. And this we changed to this. Okay. So like this we got our parenthesis string valid. Okay. So here you can see. Here nothing is locked, but we don't have to change anything, right? Because already it is valid. So we have to solve this question. We are going to use stack to solve this question. In the standard problem, what we used to do is we will insert into the stack. Let's say opening bracket is there. We will insert into the stack, and when we get the closing bracket, we will pop and check. Okay, and check if it is a opening or like that. Okay, so let's say if we have this only, and I have this, let's use Excel. Yeah, consider this is my stack. Okay, this is my stack and this is my string. Just for example, I'm telling, in the standard problem what we do is this first opening we will insert, and then we got next character is closing. So if it is closing we will pop, and if we have the opening then we will just like, okay, no issue. So both are, we have for one opening we have one closing. Now for the second also we'll do the same. Let's say we have this. Yeah, okay, we have this example. So what is the first character? S of 0 is equal to opening. So I will insert. Now S of 1 is also opening. Here for this I will insert here. Again S of 2 is also opening, so we'll add here. S of 3 is what? Is closing. So we will pop and check if it is opening. If it is not, of course it is not a valid. But in this case the question is different. Okay, I just explained like just a basic thing I told for that question. Okay, today we are going to see the different approach but using the stack only. Okay, so here as we discussed, here we are what inserting the opening brackets. Similarly, we will have one stack. Let's say stack one. Okay, or we can say open brackets. I'll say open only. Okay, open B. So where we will what insert the opening brackets, and we will have one more stack, and here what we will do, we will add other. Here it's not like we have to add the opening, all opening. Okay, so what we are going to do is, we know this locked and unlocked, right? I mean this locked string. So if it is locked then we cannot change it, and if other than that if we have something we can change it. So I will use one other stack for, like you can say it's we can change it basically. So if we have here, as you saw this closing bracket, okay, we changed it to opening. So similarly if you add this 1 2 3 4 in our that stack, okay, so we will be knowing how many are there which we can use to change. Okay, so what we will do is we will have one open this, and we will have the other one, let's say other general. Okay, then we will have these two stacks. Okay, let's say we will use our example. We will use this example to understand. Okay, now first thing here we have 0 1 0 1 0 0. Okay, for this first, let's say s of 0. S of 0 is what? It is a closing bracket. And what is the value? Value is, it is not 1, 0 1. Okay, so yes, it is. Okay, yeah. So 0. So that means we can change this, right? So I will add into this. Now, next is 1. If it is 1, so we cannot change it, right? So, and also it is not a opening, it is a closing. So for a closing we need one opening. Okay, we need opening in the left side, which we can see in in this other. Okay, and here we can see it is closing, but doesn't matter because we can change it, right? So we can change it to opening, so we will just remove it. That means done for this closing. We are okay till this. Now for the next, we have this 0, that means it is a opening. Anyway, we'll add an other. And for the next we have 1, that means we cannot change, which is closing again. Okay, so for closing again we have to check in this, anything is there. So first we, for closing, first what we have to check, we have to check the open. As now, as like, for now it is not there, so I just told this. But let's say we got closing bracket. Okay, then we want to opening to make this thing valid. Okay, so that was our first condition. This opening and closing are a valid parenthesis string. So if we got the closing, and which is a fixed one, that means we cannot change, locked one, then we need a opening, so that it will get, you can say this both are valid, then we can go for the next. Okay, so to get a opening we have open b, right? Where when we will add, this, when we have some opening bracket which is locked, then we will add in this open b. Okay, because if it is locked, then only we will add, because you cannot change also, right? For other you can change, so it doesn't matter it is opening or closing. We will add anything which has a 0 as a locked value. Okay, so here we have closing. Do we have any opening? Yes. Anyway, if it was closing, doesn't matter. Now we will move to the next. So next is 0, so we will add here. And again we have 0, we will add here. Okay, so our string, we traverse the string, so we got this. So whatever you can say, one is plus one, one is minus one, and both get cancelled. You can consider like this for simple like understanding. Now this is done, but we have something in our order. Okay, which we can change. Okay, but we will check if our open b. Okay, if our open b has something, let's say I have some open like this, and here I have only this. This is not a possible. Okay, so let's say we have this, because if it is a closing, then already we got, we have opening, so it will get cancelled. Okay, so if we have this, then what we can do is we will check in order anything is there, we don't care, because we can change it, right? And in this question, as I say this again and again, if there is a question of string and we are asked to return either the number or the true or false the value, then we don't actually need to create this strings. Okay, build these strings. We have to do some like use some tricks. Here we are not building a string, right? We are just checking. Okay, so if we have something in open and in close, okay, then we can cancel, we can make this change. But see, if we add these strings, okay, this character or this string, you can say, then there is a problem, because always the left opening character should be on the left and closing on should be on the right. Okay, and in this tag we don't know this present at which place. Okay, so for that we are going to do what, let's say we are going to add the index instead of this open and closed. Okay, so if you add the index, I can check if my opening bracket index is less than my closing bracket index. Till when? Till my opening bracket gets empty, or both. If are there, we will pop, then that means we have the valid. Else when we come out of this, okay, like say one condition gets filled. Let's say I'll say here it is 0, this condition fails. Okay, because the opening bracket at first position, closing how, sorry, opening on the first and closing how, this is not a valid, right? So if we come out and we will check opening bracket size, if it is not 0, that means something is there which is which we didn't find its partner, you can say, or pair. So we will return false, and here we don't care because in the beginning only we are going to check if our string length, okay, string length is odd. Of course we will return false. So anything here which will remain will be in even. So if we have even numbers of anything, we can make anything out of it. Okay, we can make close open like this. So no need to care. So you understood the question. Let's start coding. Okay, so we want stack of integer. Let's say I'll write open b and one more stack general. Okay, hmm? That is fine. Now for int. Now, okay, if if my locked dot uh, caret I equal to, if it is zero, if it is zero, then we will add what we will add. We will add in general dot push what index, as I said index. Why? That also I explained why. Else, if, okay, else that means it is a locked, and in locked what we are going to check if it is a open. Okay, we will push that into the open stack. If it is closed, then we will check in first open and then we will check in general. So if yeah, if s dot char at I, if it is equal to opening bracket, okay, then we are going to add it in open b dot push what index. Yeah, else if, now let's say we don't have open, that means caret I equal to closing. If it is a closing, then we have two conditions. If, okay, if my open b dot is empty, then means if my open b is not empty, then what I will do pop. That means this for closing we got one opening and we removed. Else if my general, if nothing is there in my open b, then I will find in general. If my general in, if it is not empty, then we will, what we will do, general dot pop. We don't have to check, right, it is opening or closing. If it is opening, then only we are adding in open b, and in general we doesn't care what it is there. Else we didn't get anything, that means return false. Okay, so this is, we discussed, right, till this point, and at the end we had something here. So for that, what we will check, while we don't know the size, okay, while my open b is not empty and my general is not empty, and important is index. So my open b and this should be on the left and that should be on the right. So open b dot peak, so the top element you can say, it should be less than general dot peak. Okay, then what we will do, open b dot pop and general dot pop. Okay, now return, what we will return is if, like, I don't want, if my open b is empty, that means if my open b is empty, then we will return true, and if it is not empty, we'll return false. Yeah, we missed one thing. We discussed, but we missed. Okay, so as I said in the beginning, if my s dot length %2 is not equal to 0, that means it is a odd, so we can return directly false. So let's run. Okay, let's submit this. So this is a solution using stack. Okay, so instead of stack you can use another approach, like instead of maintaining a stack you can use a variables and solve this question. But this video purposefully made to explain the solution using stack. Okay, so if you have any queries you can add it in comment section, and if you feel this video is helpful to you, please like this video, subscribe my channel, stay updated. Thank you.